James Cameron's 2009 reboot of The Smurfs. What? Avatar? That's not right.
Worst movie ever!
Welcome to Movie Film. I'm Carl. This is the worst movie ever, the show where we discover what is the worst movie ever. Today's entry is James Cameron's 2009 reboot of the Smurfs movie. All joking aside, I don't think many people would disagree that Avatar is one of the most visually spectacular films in cinema. Where the movie does fall down, however, though, is the story. Because while the visuals are spectacular, the story is meh. Let me explain. So we'll quickly run through the story of Avatar, and if you're familiar with worst movie ever, hopefully you are, and if you haven't, click that subscribe button. If you're familiar with worst movie ever, you'll know that generally I run down the whole story and then leave it to you guys to decide if it is the worst movie ever, or certainly a contender at least. As friends pointed out to me after I initially saw it, the story's pretty weak. The film came out in 2009, a lifetime ago. We're still waiting on the sequel, which is set to come out in 2045 or sometime like that. It'll eventually come out. But Avatar has a lot going for it. As I said, the visuals are spectacular, and it's got a pretty solid cast. You got Sigourney Weaver, Zoe Saldana, you got Giovanni Ribisi, you got the bad guy from Small Soldiers. On top of all of that, you've also got this man. Back in 2009, this man was shooting through Hollywood. He was in some of the biggest franchises going. He was in the new Terminator at the time, Terminator Salvation. He was in the reboot of the Clash of the Titan films. And of course, he was in Avatar. He seemed to be getting all the big roles at the time. But lately, maybe because of his work with Avatar 2 and all the others, he's kind of dropped off the map significantly in the last 11 years. To the point where I think a lot of the audience watching this film wouldn't initially remember his name. But if you do remember his name, tell me in the comments below. So this film came out in 2009, right when Hollywood was trying to get us all reinvested in 3D. And I remember this because I watched this film in the cinema in 3D with those weird glasses. You take them off, the screen's all fuzzy. At the time it seemed really good, but there's points in this film that are clearly set up for 3D, and now that 3D is not as prevalent anymore, I've kind of all forgot they've moved on. The film kind of still has these points in it where like droids or mechs walk past the main character, clearly walking towards cameras, which would look good in 3D. Now it looks like, why did they do that? It's a really weird choice. So let me explain what I mean when I say the story is really weak in this film. It relies heavily on its special effects and its visuals, which are spectacular. Jumping quickly into the story, this movie is set on the planet Pandora. On Pandora, there's a group of natives which have been called the Na'vi. They also call them the Omadikai. I think that's the tribe's name for themselves, the Omadikai. The core thing in this movie, the thing that the bad guys want and the good guys are protecting, is a source called unobtainium.
Happens to be resting on the richest unobtainium deposit.
Unobtainium. They want it, they can't get it. It's unattainable. Unobtainium. So, Giovanni Ribisi is the head bad guy of this corporation. His soldier is the bad guy from Small Soldiers. They have Jake Sully. And it's established that Jake Sully's brother was the initial scientist, but he died, and he's his twin, so he can take over where his brother left off. So they have created these avatars, hence the name of the movie. The avatars are fake bodies they can transfer their consciousness into to fit in with the local tribe. The tribe know that these avatars are fake. They can spot them, I guess, mainly because they wear clothes. So the bad guys, or the corporation, they want the unobtainium. The good guys are trying to protect it. Jake comes in as this soldier, but he falls for one of the members of the Omadikai, which is played by Zoe Saldana. I believe her name is Neytiri. Jake meets Neytiri, she saves him from some creatures on the planet. The whole thing throughout the film is that the tribe believe that nature controls everything. They take signs from nature. Nature gives Neytiri one of the signs that Jake is to be trusted. So she brings him to the tribe, and the tribe reluctantly agree he's to be trained in their ways. He learns the language, he learns the way to do things, he gets to fly a dragony thing. And shortly, over time, Jake falls in love with Neytiri and the tribe. But still, the bad guys who he was initially helping, they want the unobtainium. And there's a big tree, and they discover that the tree is resting on one of the biggest unobtainium deposits on the planet. If they take out that tree, they can take all of the unobtainium. So the bad guys go and blow up the tree. The tribe try to stop them, but they're clearly inferior. They don't have the technology, they've only got wooden arrows. Jake tries to warn the tribe beforehand, and basically he's outcast because they don't believe him initially, and then they blame him for the whole thing. Grace, who's the head scientist, played by Sigourney Weaver, her character, or her avatar, is injured in the fight. The tribe take Grace's character, but they leave Jake behind in the ashes. He's an outcast now. So there's this bigger dragon that is like a god type of thing, and basically Jake rides that dragon, and everybody's impressed. That's how he gets back in with the tribe. But the soldier guy and Giovanni Ribisi, they don't like the tribe anymore, so they decide they're going to wipe them out. So the tribe have gone to another tree, a sacred tree, like tree of life or tree of souls. And basically all the tribe are there, and Jake arrives on this bigger dragony thing. And they're all impressed all of a sudden. He's no longer an outcast, they now accept him because he's like a chosen one. So he now tells them that the bad guys are coming again. This time they're coming to take out the Tree of Souls or the Tree of Life. So they come up with a plan. They're going to train, they're going to get all the tribes together from the whole planet. They're going to do whatever they can, and Jake's going to help them. There's a small side plot where like the humans have to get away from the other humans, so they go to this place where they can't be spotted. When the humans are trying to get away from the other humans, Grace ends up getting shot. So Jake brings Grace to the tribe and asks them to heal her. What they try to do is transfer her consciousness permanently into her avatar, but it fails. But this is just to set up that it can be done, that they can transfer someone's consciousness permanently from the human form to the bad form. But a point to remember for when Avatar 2 eventually does come out in 2045, Sigourney Weaver's character is dead. So ultimately we end up with a big battle where the natives are trying to stop the bad guys. But the bad guys, once again, they're overpowered and people are just getting killed left, right and centre. One of the key characters, Sute, who's Neytiri's brother, he gets killed. As far as we know, we just see him drop. Unwritten rule in movies, if you don't actually see a character die, they may not be dead, and we've seen various instances of this throughout movie history. But a lot of the key characters are killed off, apart from Jake and Neytiri. And just when things are looking really bad, it looks like Neytiri is being surrounded and she's just about to come out with her bow and arrow. Magic happens and nature fights back. Pretty sure we've seen this story a million times over, just not set on Pandora.
What the hell's going on?
Nature fights back. All these creatures we've seen throughout the film come through and save the day. And basically the bad guys are defeated, apart from the bad guy from Small Soldiers. He comes after Neytiri, who has this big tiger, leopard, oily type of creature, and he kills that creature. Neytiri's pinned under him. He's about to kill her with his mech robot thing, and Jake appears in his avatar. And they're very conveniently end up fighting right where Jake's human body is in their trailer thing. They're in his trailer thing, the bad guy bursts in, he smashes that whole place up, so the human part of Jake has to get out of his machine, leave his avatar body, and he's struggling to breathe. They've established earlier in the film, I should have mentioned, that the humans can't breathe on Pandora. So they have these mask things, and Jake's trying to reach for the mask and he doesn't make it. The guy from Small Soldiers is eventually beaten by Neytiri shooting him with 2 or 3 different arrows. Neytiri's now over Jake's avatar body. She's not getting a response from him. She realizes something is wrong and she goes into the trailer thing and she finds Jake's human body who's down on the floor. He's tried to get the mask, he hasn't got it, and she gets the mask and somehow realizes that he needs the mask to breathe. She puts the mask on him, he wakes up a little bit and then fixes the mask correctly. So then the film ends with Jake doing a monologue thing, and then we see Jake is getting this ceremony that failed for Grace, or they're transferring his consciousness into his avatar body. Because his human body, his legs don't work, so he's getting this avatar body where his legs will work. As far as I know, I might be wrong, but his human body is now, I think they're just going to put it in the bin. So in Avatar 2 and Avatar 3, I assume he's just going to be in his avatar body. But that's where the film ends. After that ceremony, Jake is now officially part of the tribe. He's officially one of them forever now. There's not a whole lot happens, as I say. Well, I say not a whole lot happens. There is 2 hours and 40 minutes of a film, and it does go by fairly quickly. But the story, when you break it down to its base elements, is very basic. There's a tree that gets blown up. There's another tree, that one doesn't get blown up. More or less. The thing is, does Avatar look visually spectacular? Yes. Is the casting very good? Yes. Are the actors good? Yes. Is the story good? Meh. Is the movie enjoyable? Yes. Is the movie good? You tell me. Did I just include Avatar on the list as clickbait? If you guys have any suggestions for the worst movie ever, don't forget to let me know in the comments below. And if you've watched this far, thank you so much for watching. If you're new to movie film, please click the subscribe button with new videos every single Wednesday. This is a place for movie lovers. Now, the next movie on the worst movie ever is actually the worst movie ever. I think we can all agree, worst Smurfs movie ever. Didn't even have Papa Smurf in it. Ridiculous.